Have you ever thought about who's gonna nuke your country next? Well, yeah, you're not alone. In today's world and in today's situation, it's actually a legit question.
The United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
אזרחי ישראל, אנחנו במלחמה. לא במבצע, לא בסבבים, במלחמה.
In today's video, we are going to talk about the top 10 armies around the world, with countries that might surprise you that they are on the list. Alright, let's just begin. Coming in at number 10 is our first surprise, which is who else but Turkey. But how is the Turkish army so strong with an economy worse than some monopoly players? The first reason is size, which is really important in case of armies and other things as well. Turkey has one of the largest standing armies in the NATO. If they really pull every strings, they can mobilize over 1 million people. So in case there is a conflict, the Turkish army can mobilize a lot more people a lot quicker than, for example, many European big powers. Second reason is what most armies are missing nowadays. I mean, looking at the current situation, it might change soon, but the Turkish army has real combat experience. Many soldiers gain experience from Syria, Iraq, Azerbaijan, and through the ongoing conflict with the PKK. Another reason is their drone program. Turkey is a global leader in military drones. They have famous systems like the Bayraktar, I don't know if I pronounced it right, TB2, which has been used successfully in multiple conflicts. And their drones are cheaper than Western alternatives, they're combat proven, and yeah, they are very effective in modern warfare. Another one advantage for Turkey is that they are producing their own weapons. They are not importing it from, for example, the USA or China. They have companies like Aselsan and Thai who are building the previously mentioned drones, armored vehicles, electronics, and aircrafts. Number 9 on our list is Israel, who recently has a lot of chances to showcase their military powers. They are in an active conflict against Palestine and Iran right now. Unlike the Turkish army, the strength of Israel does not come from its size, more like from elite training and crazy mindset. Well, first of all, it is mandatory in Israel to serve in the army, so every single citizen has some kind of military experience. Unlike in some armies, there is a saying that good soldiers follow orders, but in the Israel army, they are trained not just to follow orders, but to learn how to improvise in certain situations. And that is making a big difference for them. They have a specialized urban warfare training, which focuses on fighting in cities, and nowadays it can be a huge advantage. They also have elite units that I cannot pronounce the names of, so I'm gonna just put it on the video. So yeah, overall, the Israel military training is one of the best in the world. But today's world is not like the Middle Ages when the bigger army won the battles. In today's world, you need the technology as well. And Israel has plenty of technology. They have the Iron Dome, David Sling, they have advanced drone technology, cyber warfare, AI systems, so they really cover it all. Number 8 on our list is South Korea. And the most important reason why South Korea is on this list because it is under constant threat from the little brother North Korea. Even though there's no conflict going on in between the two countries, technically the two countries still at war because there were no peace treaty since the Korean War, and you'll never know what the next move is gonna be for North Korea. They are one of the most militarized countries in the world, so South Korea has to be ready all the time in case Kim Jong-un decides to do something stupid. Just like in Israel, it is mandatory to serve in the army. Most men serve around 18 to 21 months. This creates a large reserve force for the country. The strength of South Korea is in its ground forces. It has huge numbers of tanks like the K2 Black Panther, artillery systems, and if you're looking at only artillery systems, it is one of the best in the world. Well, if you're talking about South Korea, it is no surprise that it has one of the most advanced technology in military as well. They have advanced missiles and air defenses, high technology weapon systems. South Korea has big tech companies like Samsung and Hyundai. No wonder that in case of tech, South Korea is up there too. The Air Force is also a really strong point. They have a lot of American fighter jets like the F-35, which is, yeah, you don't need to explain it, one of the best in the world. What makes it even more dangerous is South Korea has a really close cooperation with the United States. They receive a lot of weapons and technologies from the US. Obviously gonna be up in the list, but will come later in this video. Numero 7. Number 7 on the list is Japan. The Japanese army has the most advanced military technology in the whole world. No surprise that Japan is one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world. That clearly shows in the military. It has one of the best radar, sensor, electronic technology, advanced missile systems, and highly sophisticated ships and aircraft. It also has one of the strongest navy forces in the whole world. It has powerful destroyers, submarines, and helicopter carriers. It is important to them because they can control surrounding seas and they can counter threats like China's navy, which can also be a regional threat for Japan because China is also a global military powerhouse. Thanks to the United States cooperation, Japan has an elite air force. They have the most advanced F-35 Lightning fighter jets, and they have excellent pilot training and maintenance standards as well. Japan is specialized in defense. They are more focusing on defending their airspace and waters, more like expanding and attacking their surrounding countries. They also produce most of its own military tech, for example ships, electronics, and missiles. They also are in a close alliance with the United States, so they get a lot of technology from them as well. Number 6 on the list is Francois, alias France.
We do not want a world war. However,
the major strength of the French army is its nuclear arsenal. They have its own nuclear arsenal called Force de Frappe, which sounds like a Starbucks order. This puts France to a very small group of military elite if you're looking at nuclear power. Nowadays, if you have really good nuclear weapons, they're not gonna fuck with you. Second reason is elite air force. They have the advanced fighter jets like Dassault Rafale. Sorry for the pronunciation. French is actually an exemption because they do not have fighter jets from the US Army. So the French also have a strong blue water navy and it operates globally, for example in the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, or in the Indo-Pacific territories. They have an aircraft carrier called Charles de Gaulle. That wasn't better. It is a highly professional army, obviously. As a European powerhouse, you kind of expected that. Everybody who is on this list are having a highly professional army. Probably if you're thinking about Uganda, they might not have a highly professional army, but I don't want to disrespect Uganda like that. Also, France has real combat experience. They have been actively involved in operations, for example in Mali, Afghanistan, Syria. They've been to all parts of the Fortnite map. They have experience in desert warfare, counterterrorism, and also international missions. The next one on the list is the big rival of France, the United Kingdom, whose army's greatest strength is their football hooligans, and I'm not even joking.
Invade the UK. I want Millwall away fans guarding our borders.
The biggest strength of the UK army is its nuclear deterrent, nuclear power. It is similar to France. The United Kingdom also has a really powerful navy force. It's called the Royal Navy and it's one of the strongest in the world. It has really advanced aircraft carriers. One of them is the HMS Queen Elizabeth, which is really famous and is named after the Queen, who is dead. The Air Force is also a really strong point. The Royal Air Force, this is what they're called, operates F-Series Lightning, which is an American fighter jet. But what separates, for example, its elite forces. If you played Rainbow Six Siege before, you probably know the SAS. Well, that's a British elite force, one of the best in the world. And also the United Kingdom's army has combat experience from Afghanistan and Iraq. And in the end, I would like to mention that they are really strong in intelligence and cyber strength. They have one of the most famous intelligence agency in Britain called the MI6. Which is probably familiar. Number 4 on our list is India. The biggest strength of the Indian army is teaching mathematics in online platforms, for example YouTube. Other than that, it is one of the largest armies in the world. It has 1.4 million active personnel serving in the army currently, so you can say that this is their biggest strength. It has a really shiny nuclear weapon arsenal. Its delivery systems include missiles, aircraft, submarines, and as we discussed before, with big nuclear powers, if you have nuclear weapons, that you're top dog. The Indian military also has combat experience. For example, they have their beef with Pakistan for a really long time, but you can see it in the video that I'm gonna put here.
And destroy India.
They have experience in, for example, high altitude warfare in the Himalayas. And that puts us to our next point, which is they are trained for extreme environment. For example, the previously mentioned Himalayas, deserts, jungles. India is one of the few armies who can operate effectively in all kinds of diverse conditions. Okay, number 3 in our list is Russia, who recently also had a lot of opportunities to showcase its military power. The biggest strength of the Russian army is that it has the largest nuclear arsenal in the world, and I don't think you need to explain it further. It is delivered via intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarines, strategic bombers, and this alone guarantees Russia to be in the top 3. Also, the Russian army puts a lot of emphasis on artilleries and missiles. It is also one of their strong points. It focuses on long-range missiles, rocket artilleries, and it's known for overwhelming firepower rather than accuracy. The Russian army is also huge. It is one of the biggest militaries in the world. It has a large number of active troops, and there are many reserves who can be mobilize anytime. As we see in the case of Ukraine, because of a lot of men, Russia can easily sustain the war for still a long period. It is important to mention their advanced air defense systems. They have some of the best in the world, for example, the S-300 or S-400 systems. And last but not least, the Russian army also has real combat experience. They have an ongoing conflict with Ukraine, which is, it's crazy to think about, but it's already 4 years since the war started. We still don't really see the end. Also with Syria and earlier wars in Georgia, for example. Number 2 on our list is China, who over the last 20-30 years has transformed its outdated force into one of the most advanced militaries in the world. One of the biggest rank of the Chinese army is what we think first. If you think about the size of the country, it's the most populated country in the whole world. So obviously its military is gonna be also huge in case of manpower. It is the largest military globally with over 2 million active personnel. So yeah, even if they are fighting with sword, they're still gonna be powerful. Because of the Chinese economy is skyrocketing recently, they have the second largest military budget in the whole world, and they are spending heavily on innovation in ships, aircraft, missiles, AI and cybersecurity. If you're looking at the number of ships, they have the world's largest navy force with a huge amount of destroyers, submarines, aircraft carriers, and yeah, there's not many countries who can compete with that kind of navy. They have advanced missile forces. This is one of China's biggest strength, by the way. For example, anti-ship missiles, hypersonic weapons, and even though their air force is not the strongest, it is rapidly improving and it's gonna catch the world's top air forces in a few years. They have modern jets like the Chengdu J-20. They still need to catching up for the other people in the list, but they are improving fast. As I mentioned before, China is heavily investing on future warfare, for example, cyber warfare, space capabilities, and they put a lot of effort of artificial intelligence. And number 1 on the list is the United States, which probably is not a surprise for a lot of people. It is hard to say that the USA is good in a few things because they are basically above the world in every single field. The United States defense budget is by far the largest in the world. It is bigger than the next several countries combined. It is approximately more than $800 billion, and this allows to basically spend a lot of money on upgrades, research, so they always gonna have most advanced technology in every field, producing weapons, technology. They have total dominance in the sky. The United States Air Force is the best in the world. No wonder a lot of armies buy their jets from the United States. They have the most quality fighter jet like the F-35 Lightning or the F-22 Raptor, and yeah, no country comes close. They have the most powerful navy in history. They have 11 aircraft carriers, which is more than the rest of the world combined, and they have global military presence. They have bases all over the world, from the Middle East till Australia, and they can deploy forces anywhere quickly. They have stealth technology, satellites and GPS, drones, you can name them all. It's just unfair at this point, to be honest. If you're looking at nuclear weapons, they're also the top military in the world. They have land-based missiles, submarines, strategic bombers. Even if you're looking at combat experience, they have decades of operations in Iraq, Afghanistan. They are conducting global missions. Currently they are in war with Iran, for example. So yeah, I can go on all day. Thank you everybody for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. This is how you can support the channel as much as possible. Also write down in the comment what kind of videos you want to see in the future, and take care.